Hi, today we'll be looking at 3 apps for music educators. Although there are many definitions and theories out there for motivation and engagement, we can agree that these attributes are important for learning. Through engaging and interactive elements, these 3 apps do a wonderful job of motivating and engaging students. These apps also put your students in the driver's seat, giving them meaningful choices in how they want to learn. Through rhythmic and melodic structures like 4/4 time and the pentatonic scale, students can find the sweet spot between success and challenge. First up, we have Songmaker. From Chrome Music Lab. You can get there by a simple Google search for Chrome Music Lab. Chrome Music Lab has many different experimental apps, but the one we'll be looking at today is Songmaker, a very robust tool for students to create with. Before we dive in, let's take a look at the settings. We can change the length of our composition all the way up to 16 bars. We can change the number of beats per bar, and we can change what the beats are split into. Just one sound on each beat, 2, etc. We can change the scale, major, pentatonic, chromatic. We can change where we start. We'll keep it on C. We can even increase the number of octaves. A good starting point is to give your students a template with a broken bourdon. And you can play it back. Okay, I like that, so I'll add it to the rest. We can adjust the tempo down here. Kids really get a kick out of that. You can use the slider, or you can just come in here and do that. We can also change the instrument. When I give this activity to students, I'll normally give them 3 choices of a starting pitch, do, mi, so, and I'll ask them to end on the tonic. And then they'll just create a melody using mostly stepwise motion. So let's say a student chose mi, the yellow, and they just went around and maybe they did stepwise motion, maybe they jumped a second, and right there. And we'll listen to their composition. And then if they decided they didn't like anything, they can go back and change. Like maybe they're like, I think it'd be interesting to have another skip here. And then they can play again. So this tool allows your students to be immediately successful. Now, in addition to the broken bourdon that we have down here, you may also want to add some percussion. So if we choose maybe the old standby, ta ta ti ti ta, or will you be my friend, might sound something like this. I like that, okay. So we'll add it to the rest and listen back again. We can also change what's happening in the percussion by clicking here. And we may want to add some variation. So lots of different things that we can change. When you're done with your composition, you can have your students share what they've created by copying this link and saving it in a document. You can also download the WAV file. But if you want to be able to come back and edit your composition, you'll need to copy the link and save it somewhere. You know you can find it. One thing I like to do with Songmaker is give students a piece of art and a template for which they can create music for that art. Here are a couple examples. Next up, we'll take a quick look at Incredibox, which is short for Incredible Beatboxing. This is a really fun way to introduce or review ostinatos in your music classroom. We'll click on the first creation here. You just drag the beats onto the beatboxers. And they'll begin beatboxing. Then solo one, or cut them out. Or mute them. A fun little app that your kids can spend a whole lot of time to review ostinatos. And last, but certainly not least, we have Theta Music Trainer, which has so many things we couldn't possibly go through them all in a short time. But they have plenty of games in various areas of music, including intervals and melody, and even harmony. They've got courses from intro all the way down to advanced, and courses that specialize in band and orchestra. Today, we'll look at a game. Let's choose a rhythm game. How about rhythm puzzles? So we'll click on that. There's an option to practice and then to play. For rhythm puzzles, we drag the correct rhythm to complete the puzzle. In this first one, we're identifying rhythms in 2/4 using quarter and eighth notes. We'll click play and listen. Drag the half note. That one began with a rest. Ti ti ta. Ta ti ti. And finally, and we've completed the puzzle. If you are an ORF teacher at all, you'll recognize that these can be used with the ORF building blocks, the 2-beat building blocks. Very useful. And you can continue on to different levels. Lots and lots of games like this. You could spend lots of time exploring, set your students loose, and they'll probably find some things they can share with you too. So that is one game out of the many from Theta Music Trainer. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found these useful.